Guys, Blue, welcome. This is Sterile MD here with the lovely Miss Lila Price. Welcome, guys. Welcome to the show.
Hey,
Nice to
girl.
have you guys on. Lila, welcome, welcome, welcome. How are you?
I'm excellent. How are you?
I'm great. I'm great. So, guys, get your popcorn and your drinks, and we'll be right back after the intro. Guys, welcome back. Welcome back. Just one little thing, guys. Pay attention really, 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 really closely. So, guys, please like and subscribe. Every time we have new content coming out, you will be notified. So, use that pinky finger and hit that notification bell so that you will be notified every time we have a new show, a new video coming out. We also have our YouTube shorts. Check those out. And, guys, let's get on with the show. Today, we're talking about chapters. Um, chapters. Lila, what's a chapter? What's a chapter? Like I'm handy. Like what really is a chapter? And you and I are on the same chapter, the Mid Atlantic Central Service Association. So for those who don't know, what's a chapter? What's your role in the chapter? And then you could ask me the same question too, so we can kind of introduce ourselves to the audience. What's a
That's
chapter about?
well. Our chapter is the Mid Atlantic Central Service Association, and we are pretty much founded in the Jersey area. So we're like South Jersey, and but we also service Philadelphia. So I've worked all hospitals in the Philadelphia area, well, not all of them, but those were the hospitals I primarily worked in. I've actually never worked in New Jersey, but a huge part of our group actually works in the Jersey area and also in the Philadelphia region in north and south of that area. So we kind of cover the tri-state region. Some of them actually work, some people work in Delaware. So we kind of cover that area. It's a broad base of people that work within the network within our group. The board is consistent of, what do we have now? Six board members. So
Yes.
we have our president elect, our vice president, um, the secretary, board of our director of education, and our director of membership, and the
Treasurer.
treasurer.
Hmm.
Oh, and then it's eight. Is it though? It's seven altogether, right? Because then we have past president, which also
Past
serves
president. Yeah. Hmm.
for until their term is up. So I serve as currently as the director of education. I've had two terms, so I'm rounding out. This will be I'm going into the last year of my term. Thank you. Um, the director of education, a fancy title for the person who for all the programs, right? So I get the task of going out there and soliciting speakers to join in on our presentations and whatever seminar slash conference that we may be offering to um, to our members. That's my role. I started out in the era of COVID, so it was very challenging, right? Because we had to figure out how we were going to continue to do education without being able to meet in person. So that was probably the initial challenge that I got into the role with, but we were able to think through it, right? We had Zoom meetings, we taped and recorded, sessions, and we just offered a different base. And I was so excited when we were able to finally meet again in person and have our opportunities. But we also collaborate with other chapters to do larger venues, which is our 2-day conferences.
Yes.
So, but that's what my role consists of. I get to help get together the speakers and help put together the program. So, that role is really responsible for the content that you receive at these particular venues. Now, I'm going to ask you the question, Dinar. What is your role in the chapter? And can you explain what that role and how significant it is to the members?
Oh man, you put me on the spot. I had no idea you were gonna ask that question. No idea. So my my role, I'm the president elect for the Mid Atlantic Central Service Association. Let me see if I could cover all the bases you covered. Um, Part of my role is to help initiate new events, new chapter meetings, new engagement within the community for upcoming events and engagement in overall in joining a chapter throughout the region. And as you guys know, after COVID, um, everything kind of everything kind of got closer together because people didn't have to be at a venue anymore. You could just turn your computer on, turn your laptop on, and be at a conference, be in a meeting, and that's where remote learning and remote communication kind of took off in the 2020s.
Yeah.
So we kind of took advantage of that in terms of education and networking, which LinkedIn, Facebook kind of skyrocket a little bit, had a little uptick during that time. So my role and what I perceive my role is to help foster engagement between the new upcoming technicians, those who have been in the field for a while, and those who simply have no idea that this even exists. This platform of networking through chapters and this type of engagement where you could um, have education, network, and look for job opportunities at the same time, which most people don't know the value in networking, where it's not just, hey, I want a job, I know you, but building those relationships where in the future you could have those connections to help you gain new employment or even just a new knowledge of areas in the field that you're not too sure of. So I
No,
believe
that's
my
how
goal
long
is
have
to.
you been a part of the chapter? How long have you been in part of the chapter?
I've been part of the chapter too long. So I came in sterile processing in 2010.
Okay.
Um, I believe I joined the chapter 2011. I joined the chapter. Um, that's when the chapter had one website and the list of chapter members was a PDF insert. So I was one of the first I think I was one of the first on the website on that PDF exit that PDF file that was on the chapter website. So I'm proud
Cool.
to say I was one of the first ones. So I've been coming to meetings since 2011. Um, Before I knew anything about cell processing. No, I think it was 2010. I went to my first meeting. I think I left. Yeah, I left my previous job. Before I got my first job, I went to the Atlantic City conference.
Wow.
So yeah, I wasn't even working in sterile processing yet, but I said, you know what, if I'm going to take this seriously, I have to put my money where my mouth is, and
Mm,
um, do something to help propel me in the right direction. So I hadn't
cool.
even gotten my first job yet, so I said, let me go down there and see what this thing is about.
I never knew that. That's good information. It's inspiring, because I think that that's the core group that we need to try to reach out to, right? Our students, our up and coming technicians, give them a foundation and base for networking and meeting people, and just so they can see how important it is to join a chapter and be a member. I think that people, I don't think we support chapters enough. There's some of us who are in the era of, like me and you, because we were certified the same year. So I was certified in 2010 too. Um, but we don't necessarily take the opportunities. It was years later. I want to say I joined the chapter in 20, either 17 or 18, one of those two. So that was my first time going to a chapter meeting, going to that's when they used to do them on Saturday mornings and half day over at Virtua. And that was the whole process. So just as a member, came, joined it, got my CEUs, and that was the end of it, right? And that's all my involvement was. I didn't care anything different. I was just like, I already, I didn't see the value in it. But I will say that those people that I've met there, it's always nice to run into people that I hadn't seen in a while, right? So every time I would go to a meeting, I would go, "Oh yeah, I haven't seen you since I worked at such and such hospital or whatever." And then you find out other people have traveled around, because at the end of the day, we all know it's a very small community that we're in. We're probably only like 2 degrees of separation from everybody in sterile processing when you really think about it. So it's nice to get together and network with people, and so that's what I find the chapter involvement is. When you said an interesting thing where you said that you didn't even have a job in sterile processing but went to a conference. That's different. I will say that for me, every time I go to a conference or am in a networking position like that, I end up getting job opportunities or offers for things that I didn't even know were available, because people see you and then they want to be able to gravitate to, finding out what your availability is. Where are you working now? What do you want to do? And that usually happens with every conference I attend. I build my network a little bit stronger, and I find about other job opportunities. And if it doesn't work for me, that's fine, because I may know someone who's interested that may want to move to, Iowa and work there, or somebody who's interested in transitioning from, lead tech to an educator role, and
Hmm.
an opportunity that someone presented with me with that I may not be interested in, maybe the right opportunity for someone that I know. But I wouldn't maybe have not known that if I hadn't been networking with them at a function where we were in an environment to learn and network. So the chapter meetings and those type of opportunities have been very good to me in my career, and I promote that for people. Come and network, know who the people are that you work with in different areas, because you never know when you're going to need those contacts, right? We never know when we're going to come across
Hmm.
and be in a situation, we're in a hospital and the hospital down the street, maybe the hospital you need to borrow from. and
Yes,
and
yes,
knowing your neighbors helps
yes.
you. Those affiliations are strong, makes a difference between somebody returning your call right away versus, looking at that email for a day or two and giving you a quick response.
It's
But I
very
know there's
true.
plenty of people we can all call and be like, "Hey, I really need, we had we had a bad, we didn't miss our order, we forgot to order wraps. Can I borrow a box of wraps?" That happens. It doesn't happen all the time, but it happens. But it's nice to know that you
Happens.
have that network of people out there that you can just kind of go to reach out to and go pick up an order of something that you need, borrow
Definitely.
it, pay it back. And I think that those are kind of the relationships that we may take for granted, because if we're not really networking and know people outside of our normal circle, who do you go to? Who do you go to when you have those type of questions and needs?
And then simply, and I totally agree with what you're saying. Fostering those connections
Mm,
are so important in terms of, also in terms of knowledge, because everybody, there's always an opportunity to learn within cell processing. You will never learn everything. So someone may be more knowledgeable in endoscopes than you, or more knowledgeable in passing a survey, more knowledgeable in the sterilization or decontamination area than you. So you can say, hey, I'm pretty good in this area, but I don't think I'm where I need to be in terms of endoscopes. So you can say,
and
hey,
that's
what's
honest. Let's be honest. None of us are
Mhm.
experts in everything.
Exactly, exactly. So fostering those relationships, especially even with the vendor partners too. Some of our vendor partners
That's
are experts in certain areas, so we could also always make those connections, even if you don't buy their products, but at least hey, you provide this service. Can you help me out with this? And maybe in the future,
absolutely.
for example, I wasn't in a leadership position all my life, right? It was crazy. So, so when I was a tech, I always paid attention to those reps who paid
Mhm.
extra attention to me, who showed me the extra steps, who like when I had the questions, they would answer it, and I always paid attention to those who didn't.
Mm.
So, but when I went into leadership, the guys I called were the guys who gave the good in services, who stayed back after the in service to answer those questions I had issues with. So,
Absolutely.
making
I'm
those,
accustomed to that too. I can
yeah,
tell you, like right now, if Nate's paying attention, Nate Code, he knows no matter where I am in the country and I travel as an interim manager, I will reach out to him and be like, "Hey, Nate, I need to know who my health mark rep is in this area." Random states all the time. That's how he pretty much knows where I am, because I'm like, "Okay, I'm here. I need to know who." And he always sends it to me like within. It's literally a matter of hours. I never wait too long for it. But he's a connection that I met literally at Christiana Hospital in Delaware years ago, and then we've always remained in good connection with one another. So but he will always help me out. And he's one of those reps that I noticed, paid attention to, always was able to give you information, valuable information. It's not trying to sell you something, but always making sure you knew the value of what you were getting versus what maybe the competition may be offering. So I totally agree with you about vendor reps. And that's another thing that you can do with networking within your chapter. When you have opportunity to have your vendors come in, that's an opportunity for them to teach you something valuable, but also to give you an opportunity to build your resources up, to have different connections, so that when you are in need of something, you have someone that you can reach out to quick, that will, because of your relationship with them, will be able to give you a quick response, and an urgent response, because they know how important your business is to them, but also your overall development and growth. And that's the difference. So that's some of the benefits of having a chapter and building those relationships and being active within your chapter, because then you're active within the community, because it's not just about your hospital, but it's about all the hospitals that are in the area, and all those different members are, people within all those institutions. So it's good to have that value within that.
Yeah, it's always good to have that backing. And coming to a chapter meeting, which let's put it out now. We're having our chapter event on March 24th and 25th,
Yes.
2024, of
Atlantic
course,
City,
in
Atlantic,
Huh?
Atlantic City, New Jersey, for all those
Atlantic
different
City,
people.
the
Mm-hmm.
first Las Vegas.
Las Vegas, right?
Yeah.
So, if you can't make it to Las Vegas, come to Atlantic City. We will be there. Smaller venue, but a great size venue. We get a lot of vendors, and a huge amount of attendees. So every year gets better. And this year, it's at the resorts again. We have like the ultimate guest list of speakers that are coming out here, including our current president of HSPA, Monique Jukes. Can't wait to see her again. She gives phenomenal presentations. So, and I mean, like, if you didn't come to her presentation last year in Nashville, I can tell you that it was like standing room only. And for those of us who didn't make it on time, got kicked out, they wouldn't let you in. I was one of those people, and I was just like, and I felt like I truly missed something amazing, because I wasn't in there. But I can say, she brings, so if that was something that you haven't had the opportunity to see her in a presentation. Well, she's giving 2 presentations. She will be in Atlantic City the 24th and 25th, with a star-studded list of great topics and great presenters. But someone who supports the overall organization, but supports her chapters as well. And so I just want to kind of shout her out, but give you an opportunity to know that you'll meet people who are big in the industry. This is this is kind of one of those who's who events sometimes when you go to these chapter meetings, and you never know who's going to be there. But I suggest you be in the room, be there, be present, come ready to learn, network, and just participate. So this is part of this whole conversation, is to make sure that people are aware of our conference. We are sponsoring it with the the other New Jersey chapter, Essential Service Technicians, and they are, we kind of call them North Jersey, and then we're like South Jersey area. But so we meet in the middle at Atlantic City and have a great time. And it's a huge collaborative effort, but it's such a good networking opportunity within the education. I mean, there's so much information. You want to know about water quality, you want to know about ST108, be there. You want to know about communication with your OR and SPD departments, be there. You want to know about what the latest products are and what's coming out, and who is in tracking software, and whether it's getting consultants, all those things. Be there, be at the expo. These people will be here to represent and talk about the things that you need to talk about, the things you need for your departments, how to grow. and how to continue to foster what we want to do, is which have great patient outcomes. And it starts with us knowing more and more about the process, how we make the process better, how we improve upon what we are teaching and incorporating into our departments, and making sure that we're following the right guidebooks and rules and things of that nature and regulations. Sometimes we can get stuck in a bubble and not know that we may be doing something that is considered passe or old process because we haven't opened up a new book. We're still looking at the book from
True.
2017. We're
True.
still looking at
True.
those
True.
guidelines.
So true.
And so it's an opportunity for you to ask those questions and be in a space with other like-minded people. If you're like me, where no one in your family understands what you do and why you do it, and you just want to be able to have a good conversation about sterile processing and challenges and things of that nature, this is your space. Come and meet with us, because we're all the same, right? And we're all in that. Whether you've only been doing this for 5 months or you've been doing this 25 years, this is the space for you. Come in, let's talk, let's go through those conversations. Let's have this open dialogue and explore that. But it doesn't happen if you're not a part of the chapter. And I want to stress that to people, because if we don't support our chapters will die out. There's so many that have just gone to the
Oh my
wayside
gosh.
because no one's
So true.
supporting them.
So true.
Um, I know
Mm-hmm.
Sarah B. Cruz, to shout her out. I know she has taken on that part of that mission, and was out this past couple of weeks, just making sure that people are aware of these chapters and trying to revitalize chapters in the area. And I'm like, oh, I support that. That's a noble quest, and continue to do it. I know that our president-elect Anthony Bondon, that's a huge part of his mission, going out and kind of like a grassroots campaign. He's out there touching bases with every hospital and every administrator and every group all over the country. It's just not siloed to where he lives. If
Mm-hmm.
he's in the area, he's there and visiting. I mean, he did it to a hospital I was working in Nashville when I was um just, what was that, in May of last year at the conference.
Yeah.
And
Me.
he was like, "You're working here?" I'm like, "Yeah, I'm working here." And he was just like, "Well, I'm gonna come visit your team." I was like, "That'd be amazing." And he did on the last day of the conference. I wasn't even working that day, but we drove over there to the hospital, and he came out to visit the team. And those are just, I'm just giving that example, as just those are people who are actively making sure that our chapter is known, and that our organization is known, but that people are aware, and make if you want to be seen, like it's a great way of being seen. Because sometimes we are people that are not in the masses. We're not the person in the room. We're not giving bedside care. We're not in the patient. So sometimes we're not in that thank you note that goes to, and those
So true.
kudos and those recognition. Sometimes we're not a part of that group, but we were ever so essential to the outcome of that patient. They have, if you're constantly getting great patient outcomes, it's because you have great teams that are supporting these areas. And that's a huge part of it is OR. Surgical services can't have great outcomes if we're not providing great instrumentation that's clean and bioburden free. Like, we're doing our part. But sometimes we're not mentioned in that congratulatory recognizing moment when they're shouting out the hospital for something grand and spectacular. I rarely hear them go, "Shout out to SPD."
Right. Right.
They had a very low error rate this month. Like, I don't
Right.
get those conversations, but we know it. And these are opportunities for you to network with other people that are like-minded, that share that same souls. And then some, and then what we don't do it for the gram. What's that expression? We don't do it for the gram. We don't do it for the for all of the
Right.
praise and the glory. But
Yeah.
having opportunities with this membership and being a part of a chapter is other like-minded professional people that you can have these conversations with and talk about your
Mhm.
wins and talk about your challenges too. I mean, it's real. We can all relate to trying to figure out, oh, now we got to change PPE. Who's
Yeah.
got the best gown? Like,
Yes.
where are you getting yours from? Who's your
Yeah.
distributor? These are
Uh-huh.
conversations that we have, but you don't have them if you don't have a network, if you don't have resources. If you only know the same, 20 people you work with in your hospital, then that's it. You're very limited in your resources, and you go, but come out and network. This way you can talk to about 20 other people who work at 20 different hospitals and figure out the best solution. They may know something that you don't know.
And then yes, yes, exactly. They may know something you don't know exactly. In terms of product reviews, if you don't
Mm,
want to buy or try out every product out there, you could call someone who has been through it, who's tried out multiple products, and say, "Hey, I have an offer to buy this at this price. You have any experience with getting this? And what's the best product for my department in terms of my size, my location, etc. You could always call somebody, someone in your network to give you that insight. Oh, don't use this XYZ because after a year or two you might be needing another one. So
And it happens. And we network in those ways. We network in other ways of, promoting people within. Like, hey, as opportunities, I'm like, I know someone right now. I'm like, well, you're a great lead. You want a supervisor opportunity. I don't have a supervisor opportunity for you, but
right.
they find an opportunity at a hospital, and I'm like, oh, I know the manager there. You
Hmm.
know, I don't mind sitting and making sure that I'm a reference for you at that point in time because I see your growth and I see your potential and I want you to succeed and be successful. So that's another way that you network. It doesn't always have to just be something that we feel that it's related to just finding out what's going on in the industry. Sometimes it's to help you grow in the industry.
So true, so true. In terms of certifications, what's the best way to go in terms of handling employees, handling coworkers,
That's right.
dealing with rejection, firing, etc. You could call somebody who's been through it to help guide you through whatever situation you're going through. And networking is definitely an important aspect of that. And let me harken back to MAXA, Mid Atlantic Central Service Association, our annual conference on March 24th and 25th in Atlantic City. So if you live in across the country, please come out. It's worth it.
Absolutely.
You'd probably be flying out to the Philadelphia International Airport, and it's a little drive. And I'll take you myself. Come down to the airport, send me an email, and I'll drive you down there. Yes, I'll get a bus. You won't have to worry. I'll be your Uber. So fly out. I got you. I got you.
Yes, come through. Absolutely. And also I want to highlight that this is so for anyone that may not know out there, New Jersey was the first state to require certification for the field of sterile processing. And this is our 20th year celebrating that and that triumphant victory for this putting us out there as an industry that needs to be required certification. So we're celebrating that in Atlantic City. So come out March 24th and 25th and celebrate with all of us that are certified. Um, and we're showing homage to just the trailblazers that came and said this is important. We
Mhm.
want you to know how valuable your skill set is, and that with this certification now puts you in a different status, an elite class of your skill. It's not just a job; it's a career. And
Yeah.
and for some of us, it's the best career decision we ever made. I know it is for me.
Yeah, yeah. And you can share experiences too. It's nice having a conversation
Right.
about, vascular trays or ENT
Right.
trays or how the washer is broken down or how the OR keep calling. It's nice to have conversations with people who could relate to what you're going through. So,
Right.
guys, come out,
That's
have
what
those
EMR
conversations.
like, do you when's the last time you had them review your preference cards at your hospital, and how was that process done? Because you might get an idea to help you truly grow and come out looking like you have truly vested yourself into making sure that your department runs smoother because you just were able to get an idea by networking and talking to someone else about their challenges and how they got through it. It's a
Yeah.
great time. And then let's talk about non-work stuff. It's a great opportunity to socialize and meet people. Atlantic City has so many other things going on. So we're not always in the in the learning space. There's other things going on too. Great restaurants. There's the Hard Rock is over there last year. I remember I went to dinner at the Hard Rock just because I was like, oh, great steak. I had a good time. The casinos. I'm not a big gambler, but casinos all over. I mean, there's just a lot to do. The pier, there's different rides. I mean, there's other things to do. So I don't want you to feel like you're going to come and do this and you're going to be stuck inside for for 20 hours a day. No, the sessions are going to go by quick. We're going to have opportunities to eat and socialize with one another, but we're also going to have an opportunity for you to go out and see different things. Go out on the pier and take pictures of the ocean and watch the sunrise or the sunset, whatever what your pleasure is. Go in and network and experience things and make plans to come back the following year so you can see that group of friends again because we will do it every year. We promise.
Yes, definitely, definitely. Atlantic City is a great place to network, and if you like to gamble, for those folks who've never spun been on the roulette
Let's
table,
say, right?
or played a game of cards. I don't even know that. I don't really gamble like that. Or did the little thing with the
Slot
spin with
machine.
the slot machines. Right, 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 right.
Yep,
Definitely, definitely. That this is a good time to
it is.
just try your hand. You don't have to, be a professional gambler, but you could definitely try your luck. You never know what you come out with.
There you go. But it's going to be a good time no matter what. We have it's a great lineup. If you haven't seen the brochure yet, check your mailing listing. If you can go to our website and our LinkedIn page. I think we still have a Facebook page. There's a lot of things going on, but you can go on and just find us. If even if not, go to Denar's page or my page and get it. And the links are there. You can scroll through, and we'll post that up again for you to just to be able to be consciously aware of where you can go and register. But we need the participation because that's the only way we can keep it going. We need people to come out to support it.
Mhm.
Um, but I think it's an opportunity for our local people in the area to really get out and see a big venue without having to go all the way across the country. Not saying don't go. I'm going to Vegas. I'll be there this year for the HSPA conference, but sometimes it's not feasible for everybody to go. Sometimes you can't get
Mhm.
off work for that length of time. Or you're unable to fly for health reasons, things like that. Who knows what your circumstances may be, but this is something local and close that you can get to, and we will continue to strive to bring you excellence in education and learning and opportunities to network all year long. That's what Max is going to do, and we've done a great job under Mike's leadership. And as Denard takes into office and becomes president in the next couple of months, it will be his opportunity, and you'll see just the same level of excellence. And we'll continue on to network and do a lot of great new things. I'm excited about his leadership as well, and it's
Oh,
just how we grow. So it's a good opportunity and good time.
great, great, great. I was busy doing other things there. Um, so guys, if you want to comment, and I know, shout out to Vanessa, shout out to Echo, comment on the YouTube channel, and I will post your comments on here. So I put a little sign on there. Comment on the YouTube channel. Go to the YouTube channel. The process media on YouTube. I put a link in. If you're on LinkedIn, there's a link on there. Go to watch us on the YouTube channel, and you could comment, and I'll put your videos up on the screen. So comment on the YouTube. I spelled that right. That was like a little quick little. Bam, bam, bam. So, but
Yeah.
so guys, so I can't tell you, and thank you, Lila, for going into detail with that. Yeah,
Yeah.
I'll be taking over as chapter president this year, so I might be saying a couple words, a couple things, and nothing much. I don't speak much, right? So I might be saying a couple little things, but the main thing is having a great team: Lila, Danny, Kelly, Mike, Mister Jeffrey. Am I missing anybody? Rashima.
Danny,
Um,
Danny,
yeah, I said Danny already.
that's our
Uh,
team.
Yeah, and those are great persons to work with, and great persons in general. Come out, meet the crew, enjoy the food, the fun. We're definitely going to network with you. You get to know us, we get to know you, and
Absolutely.
we definitely will have more events. We want to be more in the community,
Yeah.
um, and have events where we could bring education to you, your team, be able to provide resources to you guys, and just be a resource and a sounding board if you guys have any issues in the industry. We also want to cater to our new upcoming technicians, those persons who are on the fence, or those persons who are in school or simply graduated, who want some guidance on where to go with their career, and
Absolutely.
and feel neglected, feel unappreciated, not making the money they want, or not working in the facility they want, dealing
Mhm.
with working in an environment where there's a lot of stress. Your coworkers may be negative towards you, etc. So we have experience with that, and and we want to help provide you some of that information. And if we don't have all the answers, we'll provide you. We'll link you with someone who has more experience and more knowledge in helping you in your situations.
Exactly. And I'm gonna throw this out there. If you're in locally in the area and you would like any of us to come and speak to your team or your class, your department, let us know. Send us a message and we'll make the arrangements so we can come out there and help build those relationships and stress the importance of being a part of a chapter and participating. I'm volunteering myself. I'm volunteering Denard because I know he will go out there and do it. But I'll put it out there, and I will say that the board as well will support us in those actions. So if that's something that you're looking forward to, Maxa will be happy to help. Just answer any questions and come out and meet your teams directly for our area so that we can build up our membership, because we want you all to be in the same level of know that we are. It's no fun if everybody doesn't know the same information, right? We want us all to be successful in our careers.
Yeah, and shout out to our Pennsylvania chapters, CASP. Shout out to our Jersey chapters, our Delaware chapter, Staten Up. Shout out to
Yeah.
our Ohio chapters, who had a conference recently, New York chapters, and also our Massachusetts chapters who are coming along really strong, at Massachusetts and Connecticut chapters. So
Yep.
shout out to those guys, and there are plenty of other chapters that are not mentioned, but guys, it's
Yeah.
a labor of love. You don't get paid for it, but it's something you have in your heart. You want to do. You want to give back to the community and help grow the community. So guys, please
Absolutely.
support your local chapters.
Yes. It's so important. I can't stress it enough. And I want to shout out to Fire, always doing something amazing. Even though it's all the way out in Florida, but it's not close. But for those of you who may not know, I live in Florida, so but they're always doing something. So take your lead from those people that you see on LinkedIn and all over the industry. They're those people are the ones who are active in their local chapters before they got to the board, which is a big HSPA board. They were strong in their local chapters. Denard is a great example of a person who started out just mainly a member of his chapter, moved up into holding different positions within the chapter, and now has moved to the board of HSPA. So if that's something you want to do and you're interested in, it starts with the chapters. It starts with your chapter involvement. And it's a critical step for you to understand how that works in order for you to get to that level. So just to throw that out there.
And guys, you have to have, and a lot of people, and there's a belief in cell processing that everything you do, you need to get a check for it. Or everything you do, you have to get paid for it. And
Mhm.
if you want to move up, there's some sacrifice you have to make. You have to give a little. You have to spend some money on some things you won't get a return back immediately. Like
Mm,
educate yourself. You might not get a dollar for dollar return if you get your CIS, if you get your CER, if you get your CHL, if you get your CFER, etc. There are plenty of certifications out there. Don't always look for that immediate um financial
mm,
uptick when you get something like that. Even getting a degree, you might not immediately see a uptick in your pay getting a degree. So
right.
guys, some of that stuff, some of those things you have to do for the long term, not for the short term gratification.
That's
Because
right.
if you're in it for right now, immediate gratification, you might not get what you want out of it, and you'll be discouraged really easy. So think of going to chapter meetings. Think of that as an investment, a long term investment, um, for your career.
That's true. That's how you start. You have to start somewhere. So take that opportunity. That's a great point.
Yeah. So yeah, and I see like in the industry, there's always that input from other persons, like, we're not making enough money here, we're not doing this, we're not doing that. But there's so many other avenues to go. You could become a consultant. You could I know plenty of ladies making hats. I know plenty of
Sorry.
so there are plenty of ladies making hats. There are plenty of people traveling. There are plenty of other opportunities out there. You may not get that little leadership position right away, but
Yeah.
with dedication, you might not be able to get it in your facility, but keep trying to grow. I couldn't get a leadership position when I initially wanted to, but I kept trying. I kept educating myself, and I kept making strides to go in a position. And everybody doesn't want to be a leader. I know.
That's
And being a leader isn't as bad as a lot of people think. Oh, I want to just go home and relax. No, it's not a 24-hour job.
definitely can agree with that. It's not.
Right. It's not a 24-hour job, guys. Don't let people fool you and think, oh, if you're the supervisor, people are gonna be calling you all in the morning. You're just gonna go. No, guys, it's not like that. It's
It shouldn't
everything
be.
it shouldn't be like that. Everything has a balance. Everything has a balance. So
Yeah.
if you don't be afraid of getting into leadership, you may like it. And I know a lot of very good technicians. Um, what's what I'm looking for? They don't accept those positions when offered
Mm,
because they think it's going to be overwhelming or it's going to be detrimental to their career. Because I don't like this person, I don't like that person. You can always grow in your field or grow as a person. Not
hmm.
because you don't like certain things doesn't mean you're going to respond a certain way if you're in a
That's
leadership position. There's always opportunity to grow and change the way of thinking. There are plenty of leadership classes out there. There are plenty of leadership education and input out there where you could understand how to be a effective leader and grow a team. Even if you don't like somebody, how do you treat somebody you don't like? How do you treat someone who's not productive? How do you get them to a point? How do you create the atmosphere within a department? So don't just say I don't want to be a leader because it's gonna be a lot of work. It's gonna be a lot of work. But you're gonna get a little more pay. You're gonna get a little more experience to move on to that next job, which you don't know you're gonna get yet because you never took that first step.
there
So
you
take
go.
that first step. The lead tech, supervisor, tech one, tech two, tech three, tech four. Take those steps. You never know when you're going where you're gonna go, because those steps will make you more comfortable into
Yeah,
going to another role. So
that's true.
if you don't even take that first step, you always gonna be nervous. You're always gonna have some um,
Mm,
agitation, some trepidation about going all the way because you haven't taken that first step yet. So guys, don't be afraid of leadership. It's not as bad as some people may think.
no. And networking helps you become a better leader. So, because networking will help you find your mentors, and your mentors will help guide you through this process of growing in the industry. So, I'm telling you, it's one of the best decisions you ever make is to be a part of a chapter where you can grow and learn.
Yeah, and we're encouraging those persons live in school, live in their schools now. Join a chapter. You get so much education and input from a chapter. It's not simply about the 9 to 5. You get so much more, and you get so much more enlightened as to what's going on in the industry. It's not simply what's going on in the Philadelphia area or the New York area or the Ohio area. You get a
Right.
broader perspective of what's going on across the country.
I totally agree.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. So, guys, again, it's the ticker right up here. Boom. Mid Atlantic Central Service Association chapter conference, annual conference on March 24th and 25th in Atlantic City. So,
Yes, very
guys,
excited.
please come out. The weather is gonna be nice. Fingers crossed. Um,
Hmm.
if you're coming from out of town, check your GPS. It might be a few hours drive, or if you're flying in, if you need a ride, I could try and help you out with that. I'll take I'll make the sacrifice, and I'll help you get down there. So if you go 90%, I'll go 10%. So so
There we
um,
go.
I'm encouraging everyone to come out. My all my PA people, my New Jersey folks, North New Jersey, New York, Delaware. If you live
Yeah.
in within a 100-mile radius, I'd like you guys to come out. And
Hmm.
I'll
I'm
always.
challenging all the leaders. Like, I'm challenging all leaders.
Okay,
If
yeah,
you're not
yes, yes, yes,
there, then
yes, yes, yes.
somebody from your team should be there.
Yes,
Yeah.
we have so many hospitals within the Northeast region. Guys,
Hmm.
bring one of your team members, bring one of your coworkers, bring a friend, bring a student, bring someone who's interested in getting into the field.
Absolutely.
Bring them in. Bring your son, your daughter. You know they just left high school. They recently left high school, and they're not sure what they want to do. Bring them to the conference, and we'll speak to them. We'll encourage them to
Well,
on the
having us.
path and the possibilities of becoming a sole processing tech. Because sometimes, as a mom, as a dad, as a friend, as a brother, as a sister, you may not be able to convince them to get into the profession. They may be like, "Oh yes, I know, I understand, blah blah blah." But then,
Mhm.
if they get that explanation on another level from someone else, you may be able to push them into that opportunity that will help them build a career, not just having a job, build a career in an industry which
It's a
basically
big
never dies. Every healthcare is everywhere and it's never going away.
That's true.
So shout out to Vanessa.
Thank you.
So we'll definitely see you there, Vanessa. Um, so guys, yes, bring a new student, bring your daughter, bring someone, bring a friend in the community, someone who's looking for employment, someone who has a dead end job, someone who's not where they want to be in life. Bring them down. You could have a little fun and having some education at the same time. And you want somebody that needs a little convincing or a little more education on what the career provides. We'll definitely provide that too.
Mhm. Absolutely.
Yeah. So if
And
you have
there's
any,
two different days. So like the 24th is Sunday. So and
Mhm.
the 25th is Monday. So for those of us who may not be able to get off on that Monday, because it's going to happen, the whole department can come. But
Right. On a Sunday, yes, the whole park can definitely come on a Sunday. Come on.
right,
That's
you
what
know,
that's why the call outs for. That's- I did not say that. You don't
so
have to
we're
say
promoting everybody to call in.
that.
But well, that's the challenge, right? Come out, support. It's 2 different days so that you can have the opportunity. The best day is Sunday, honestly and truthfully, because that's the vendor expo, so you get a different little flavor. But we've saved some of the really dynamic speakers for Monday just because we want people to come back on Monday. So I would say you want to be there for both days. Both days are jam packed with great opportunities. Um, and it's always something good happens on Monday, but I'm not trying to sway you one way or the other. I get it. It's also, financial responsibility too. It may not be close for you, may not be in your budget. So we're trying to get the word out now while people are thinking about it, so you can come and participate, and join us. You know,
Well, I keep going. Let me see if I
the
could pull up the brochure. So those
okay,
persons watching on the phone could do a quick screenshot.
absolutely,
Um,
because we want you to participate. There's options for you to pay so that you can either um, So you have the option of paying online via PayPal. So there's a QR code. You can scan it, and it'll take you right to the payment center, and it lets you have two options. Either you're going to pay for, I'm sorry, three options. You're either paying for Sunday separately, Monday separately, or for both days. And that'll be in there. Then it has info. Then you can go from the to the website and look on the information about the resorts hotel if you want to stay overnight and get the discounted room rate. We do have a blocked rooms that we get at a discounted rate, so that's an extra perk as well. If you want to come out and join us under that, or stay at the resorts. But it's Atlantic City, so there's several hotels in the area. But we promote for you to be right there with us so that you can kind of just rise and shine and come on down and enjoy the continental breakfast and partake in immediate, participation of our speaker events. There'll be door prizes, there'll be raffles. What else did we do? There'll be I can't really tell you all different things will be at the vendor show, but there's going to be some exciting different things at the vendor show. So you want to be there for that. Let's see what else is going on that would be interesting. Um, there's always like I said before, the Atlantic City just had the nightlife, but there's some really great restaurants even in the resorts hotel. There's like it's an Italian restaurant and also a steak house that's there. So if you want to take advantage of that, there is what else is there that we have on the venue? We have opportunities for us to grow. Oh, there it is now. Yay. So Scan that QR code, and it'll take you to what you need to do for your registration um, option. And you know what? And Maxa is going to have our own table there. So if you have any questions that you want to fill to the board, it's an opportunity for you to meet and greet the Maxa board members because we'll all be present and we'll be there. So please come and join us. I'll be at the table at some point in time or another. Love to meet all of you and get you involved in our practice because we're always looking for new members, but we're also looking for board people too. Like, you know, we may not always be in a position where we can serve on the board. And it changes, it's revolving. We have elections every year. So the positions that were up this year, so nominations will go through, and people say they want to participate all the time, and then they don't, and we don't
Right.
see we don't see a change in nominations. So come out. I know that you know, I'm interested in doing different positions, and so I'm hoping to grow and change in my role. That means my position will be available. So there's opportunity for you to grow. And I'm looking for someone to help guide and mentor into the role of director of education to help them be successful in their during their term. So we want that participation, we want membership, we want people to grow and want to be a part of our organization so that you can be a part of the bigger organization, right? It's a
Yeah.
part of, it's lending your voice so that we're represented at the larger conferences, HSPA, large conferences. There's always a chapter meeting so that they can discuss what's going on within the chapters. And it's just a benefit to have your voice being heard. You don't think you may not carry that much weight, but you do. You're important. You're essential to this process. Every single one of our members means something valuable. And if you're a voting member for HSPA, then that means that your vote counts. So when we elect that board of people there that serve the whole organization as a whole, you're a part of that, and it means something. So take pride in that. You represent a professional organization. We are professionals, and we need people to see us in that light. But we also like to be able to get together and have a good time and share our experiences and grow from our challenges. And this is the opportunity to do it. I can't stress enough how much of a benefit it's been for me to be a part of the chapter. And I didn't see it that way when I started off as a tech. It didn't make a difference to me. I remember getting that email fresh out of passing my test and just moved on with my life. Never thought anything else about Mid Atlantic chapter again. But because there were people that I aligned with in my professional life that were members, I felt like it might be something I need to do. And I remember dragging Rashina with me one day to
Mhm.
to Virtua for one of those seminars. And the next thing we knew, here we are years later on the board together. So I didn't see that coming at all, but here we
Mhm.
are. So I can say that you don't know what that spark of interest will lead to. And there are definitely people that I see that come out more and more often. And so I'm really gearing towards hoping that they grow within the industry and they come out and support us more.
Yes, definitely, definitely. And shout out to Damon Miles.
Hi,
Appreciate you, brother.
Damon.
Thank you for watching. And then guys, definitely come out. It's a labor of love, and being on any board, being a part of any association, you have to make some personal sacrifice, guys. If this profession pays you, if it takes care, it pays your bills, if it helps your kids go to school, if it helps you put food on the table, um, you can definitely be part of the chapter, part of the chapter meetings, and benefits of the chapter of being on the board of the chapter. You get to learn how to organize events. You get to learn um,
Mhm.
um, how to network with vendors, or how to introduce yourself to new vendors, um, how a chapter works, how an organization works, how to set up meetings, how to take meetings, how to have board meetings or calls. Like if you haven't done that, if you're not in a leadership position, how to have calls where how to start calls, end calls, how to delegate responsibilities through chapter members,
Mhm.
how to come to take votes and come to census and plans and projects for future development of the chapter. You get to learn a lot of these things being a board member. So guys, don't be afraid to come, and you get to learn a lot of things you may not learn in the private sector. So um, definitely try your hand. Just ask about it. Ask when elections are. Maybe there may be an opening between elections. So you never know, guys. Someone could step down. Someone could get a new opportunity somewhere else. So you never know. You could always inquire about what can I do to help the board out? How what can I do to help the chapter
Yes, we need help. We want you to be there.
out? And we will definitely encourage you. Even if there isn't a position open, we'll guide you and we'll help grow your skills so that one day you'll be able to take over. Because everybody retires at some point.
Absolutely. And it's okay because it's ever evolving. The people that started the chapter are retired and have moved on, but they left it open for us to continue on. So, and that's what we're doing. At one, like me and Denard, we once were new too. We were brand new technicians, and here we
Mhm.
are. This is not, this is not some destined golden opportunity that somehow we just managed to get into these leadership roles. It was part of our progressional path, but we got there gradually over time. So,
Hey,
and
shout
I
out
don't
to
know.
Rashina watching.
Hey,
Yes, yes, yes. So, guys, we appreciate you. We appreciate you watching the show. Share it through your LinkedIn, Facebook,
yeah,
so that other guys should come out. Any other chapters want to come on the show and promote the events? Feel free to come. It's a labor of love. I would like all this chap. I would like any chapter who's struggling getting people to the events. Reach out to me. I'll help you guys come on the show, promote your event, and
absolutely.
we can help grow the profession in a meaningful way. So, Lila, any parting words you want to give to the audience? Persons who are coming. If you're watching this, you should be making plans now to get to Atlantic City on the 24th.
Absolutely. Just, don't beat me there. I want you to be there before I get there. I'm coming in Saturday evening, so beat me there. Let's, if you're going to be there early, let me know. Let's go out and hang out and maybe go to dinner, do whatever. We would love to have a networking opportunity just so that we can say hi and thank you outside of the actual open forum of education. So, we'll be around. I can't wait to see everyone's faces again. It's been nice to come back to meeting in person again, and I don't want that to end. So please come out. Look forward to seeing you all on March 24th and 25th. And trust me, you don't want to miss it. You do not want to miss this opportunity. So go on the website, take a look at all the speakers and the topics. It's going to be a great performance. Shout out to Al and Alondro and Scott and for building up this great speaker lineup. It's going to be amazing. Please come.
Yeah, definitely. And guys, I'm gonna be with the camera. I'm gonna be on social media. I'm gonna be. You wanna be in a selfie with me? Just come up.
There
Don't
you
be
go.
shy. We could do a little video. We could do a little selfie. I'll post you. I'll put you in one of my famous reels, and
Are you going to have
maybe a
code
hot.
blue t-shirts for people?
Feedback.
You're going to have code blue t-shirts for us so that
Yes,
we
I will have the code blue merch.
all right.
And you
Can't
can
wait.
find merch on Sterile MD at Etsy.com. I have some merch there, and I'm also getting into some new merch, which I will announce next week. So,
Oh, it's a surprise. Okay. I won't tell them.
yes, Lila saw it
Preview.
first.
I got a preview.
Yeah, Lila got it first. Some cool merch. I'm releasing. I want to check it out first. Make sure it's good. And I'll probably be releasing it next week to everybody and let them know what I have out. So,
Telling
thank you guys so much for watching.
you.
I
Thank you.
appreciate you guys, and I will see you guys. If I don't see you before that, I'll definitely see you on March 24th. So I'll be
Absolutely.
there. Um,
Bye, everybody.
bye, guys. Let me play this outro, and then you know what? Before the outro, hold up, 1 second. Guys, like and subscribe to the channel, and please use the little pinky finger and hit that notification bell so that you will be notified every time we have new content or new shows coming out. Guys, thank you guys so much for watching, and I'll see you on the next one. Peace.
Bye.
Bye.